Good evening, my non-existent viewers. This is part 12 of the Turtle Tuesday series. I'm watching the episode called, what's it called? It's Parasitica, where Leo has really dark eyes because he gets stung by the mutant wasp. And joining us tonight is Pizza Cat. Very fitting because, turtles love pizza. And, he gets stung by the mutant wasp and he sees the egg and becomes, way too obsessed with it. And now he's all, crazy and, he just bit... I'm at the part where he bites Raphael because he's, he's got the black eyes going. But anyways, I wanted to make this another double feature with, the Turtle Tuesday episode. And I just got home from seeing Kraven the Hunter. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot the title of the darn movie. That's how forgettable this thing is. Yeah, Kraven the Hunter. I never look at critical receptions before going to movies, or I try my best not to, but when I already looked up the critical reception for Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim, when I saw that movie and reviewed it for you guys back on Saturday, I already saw how Kraven the Hunter got 14%, and I was like, uh-oh, I guess I'm in for a treat this Discount Tuesday. So I saw this movie, and is it worse than Madam Web? No. Or maybe they're both equally bad. I don't know, because I feel like Madam Web at least is funny bad in a couple of scenes, while Kraven the Hunter, the action scenes were kind of... This movie's rated R, right? And there are a lot of action scenes, but I feel like there's just nothing at stake because Kraven is just this invincible, hunter dude who has superhuman abilities. He falls out of windows and he gets stabbed and gets thrown against trucks and everything, and he barely takes a scratch. So it's nothing is really at stake because I know that he's not gonna die or anything. And it's the movie is just all over the place, and it's writing and the pacing and the setting. It's it opens with Russell Crowe is this gangster dad with him and his younger brother, and it opens with them being kids, and Russell Crowe takes them on a hunting trip. Then it fast forwards to them as adults, and then he goes to London, then he goes to Eastern Russia. And this movie has herds of African buffalo and a snow leopard in Eastern Russia, which makes no sense because, again, they're African buffaloes and snow leopards are native to the Himalayas. Why didn't they at least have an Amur tiger in this movie? Or any other native Russian wildlife? It makes no sense. And the Ariana DeBose's character, Calypso, that's her name, yeah. She was so wooden, and every scene of dialogue, every piece of dialogue between her and Kraven was just so robotic. Oh my gosh, who the hell wrote the script for this movie? The dialogue was so egregious. And it's oh man, I feel kind of bad for all the actors in this movie, because it's they were all just phoning it in, and they seemed like they just didn't want to be here. Russell Crowe, the man, the myth, the legend. What happened? What's happening to this dude's career? That's just, jeez. This movie, and also the CGI is terrible. Like I said, there's he's Kraven the Hunter, so there's random animals that appear throughout the film, and the CGI for all the animals looks just horrible. And the set pieces, the cinematography, it's geez, visually the film is kind of bleh, and the story is really confusing. And yeah, Kraven the Hunter, just gonna wrap it up by saying this, giving it a 1 out of 9 stars. It's a garbage film. Alright, well, Pizza Cat, back to the Ninja Turtles. This is arguably one of the freakier episodes of season 1, with Leo going he's been infected with a parasite, now his eyes are black, and now Raphael's eyes are black too, so it's up to Donnie and Mikey to save the day. Oh man. I'm at the part where Donnie gets bitten by Leo too, so now it's all up to Mikey to find a cure for the disease, and it's oh geez, I'm starting to get the hint that the 2012 series, maybe this is purely just a coincidence, but maybe it is foreshadowing Mikey becoming the last Ronin eventually. Because this is the second time in this season where it's all come down to Mikey, the funniest, silliest, and arguably least intelligent out of the 4 turtles, having to save the day. Oh no, never mind. Mikey just got bit too. I'm at that part. See, I don't want to turn the camera on the TV because, for copyright reasons. So that's why Pizza Cat is joining us in this episode. So and also, do you guys like this lighting? Because I really like just having dimmer lights while hanging out in my bedroom. And I finally, like I said, I got YouTube and Paramount Plus to work on my mini TV, so I don't need to watch my laptop anymore. And this is weird, what's been going on my laptop lately. Like, I don't know if it's just my laptop that's a problem, but like Paramount Plus really doesn't like I've tried using both Chrome and Safari, and it won't work for some reason. Again, it works just fine on my TV and it works just fine on my cell phone, but not my laptop. I'm having similar issues with Hulu too, so like, asking for a friend. Alright, so I'm getting closer to the end of the episode, and the egg finally hatches into 3 wasps, and Mikey does cure his brothers. You know, again, Mikey, his genius appears, and the cure knocks out the other 3 turtles because it causes drowsiness. And now he's like running for his life because wasps. I think it's good that this show chose to make the wasps the antagonists of this episode instead of bees. Save the bees. Wasps, you know, unpopular opinion, they do have their place in the ecosystem because they're predators that, you know, hunt other insects. So they do control like certain insect populations, but it doesn't make them any less annoying or like freaky when they come close to you and want to sting you. So yeah, no thanks. All right, so I just got done watching the Parasitica episode, and I like how the episode ends with like Leo chasing around Mikey because he's mad at Mikey for using Leo's favorite like comic book as toilet paper to try to get Leo to snap out of his, you know, the parasite. It's funny because that whole episode was basically like a filler episode. It's not like part of the show's overarching story. It's like, you know, hey, 3 mutant wasps, but the episode's very like self-contained, which usually would be kind of a bad thing for TV shows, but this is one of the instances where I thought it actually worked in the show's favor. Yeah, the episode opens with Raphael and Donnie sparring, and Raphael owns him and, you know, does the whole Donnie puppet in front of April, and Donnie gets upset with Raphael for, like, you know, embarrassing him in front of April, because Raphael's like, oh, if you want to impress April, like, oh, that's adorable, so stay out of it. Like, leave him out of it. It's just... You know, I've talked about this in other Turtle Tuesday episodes I've done in the past, like, few months about, like, how I think it's kind of weird that Donnie has feelings for April, considering they're 2 completely different species. But at the same time, I do kind of feel his pain because, you know, when I was driving home from the movie theater tonight, I don't know what got into me, but I was kind of reminiscing on, you know, my, like... Yeah, I talked about this in my schizo rambling I did on the Green Day concert and, you know, American Idol's 20th anniversary, you know, back in September. How, you know, like, my real life what's-her-name, you know, from high school, it's like, or the girl I kind of see in that sort of light, you know, when I was a lot, yeah, at the end of high school, when I was a lot younger, when I started my YouTube channel. It's like, my old therapist told me that the best way to, like, get over a crush is to, like, meet someone else. Because, think about it, there's literally billions of people of the opposite gender, like, on this planet. Like, what makes that one so special? You know what I'm saying? If they don't see anything, if they don't like you back, well, hey, cut your losses and just move on. But I am very curious to see if, like, April will ever reciprocate those feelings and what that's going to look like, or how their relationship's going to either, like, improve or, like, you know, get worse as the series goes on. Like, I'm curious to see where that goes. Alright, so with this Operation Bracket episode, I'm at the part where, like, the prisoner breaks out from the prison and eats the Krang and escapes. And it's like, I can't tell if he's supposed to be a lizard or a salamander. But if it's the latter and not the former, he's reminding me of Salamander Man from Filthy Frank. Yes. Oh, yes. 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 Yes, Pizza Cat. Oh, yes. 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 Okay, so the thing is a newt. So Donnie and April O'Neil's dad call it the neutralizer, and Mikey's all like, you name something without me? Because he's kind of protective over naming, like, the villains, which I think is pretty cute. And it's like, there's, again, the different, like, factions. There's the Krang, there are the Turtles with April O'Neil's dad, and there's the neutralizer. So it's like, again, this clear divide between, like, Turtles, mutants, and aliens, even though the Turtles are mutants themselves. Like, yeah, and this is a... I'm very curious. Like, this whole show just has really interesting world building. Like, I'm still reading the Lost Years, the Last Ronin comic. So I'm really I think I'm actually flying out to Colorado to visit my family out there for Christmas. It's gonna be my first time being back out there the past year and a half. Since I left my uncle's neighborhood in Denver for the Utica Zoo internship. During my YouTube hiatus. So I'm excited to, see my uncle for the first time since then. It's going to be crazy. And also I'm going to be on my flight to and from there, I'm planning on reading the Lost Years, quite extensively, so I can get to, doing the whole proper review for you guys. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! So, the episode ends with them rescuing April O'Neil's dead and, them being reunited and in the turtle's lair, and it just ends with Kirby O'Neill just being like, it's good to be back. It has a sinister look in his face, which maybe that wasn't the real Kirby O'Neill, or maybe he's actually gonna be a villain. Kirby, April's dad is going to betray her or something like that. Oh geez, we only have 2 episodes left of season 1, which is, oh man, I can't believe it, because I think my first episode of this series was. I think the same day I uploaded, I saw The Wild Robot this past, I think it was October 2nd. Yeah, October 2nd, so the start of October. I actually recorded the first episode of the series on October 1st. It was the Monday. Right, I just scheduled it to go up on Tuesday because I wanted to, just upload that and my Wild Robot review separately. But yeah, it's crazy to think that my review on the season 1 finale is going to be Christmas Eve. Very psyched to do that for you guys. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this Turtle Tuesday episode. And yeah, I gotta edit my video and upload it before I zonk out on my bed. Alright, before I fall asleep. Alright, have a good night. Stay beastly.